welcome back you to the tube. Today we're doing bits on the old Sinnis Strada 125. So it's the first ever day I'm doing any work on this at all. I do know it needs the ignition sorting, but I'm not going to worry about that for now because it does work sometimes. I just want to get it started mainly. So what I will be doing is taking out the seat bucket, having a little look in there. I'll show you guys once I get in there, and then I'll see if it's got spark, and then we'll go from there, because the bloke I got it from said it's got electrical issues. So we'll start there and we'll see if it's got spark. If not, we'll try to fix that. Me again. There's a seat. It come out of there. So that's what we're presented with. It's kind of cool. Like, you've got a lot of space to work with in here. There's a bit of scale. You can do a lot, you know. I like it a bit more than the Lex Moto. Still got this annoying bar here though, which kind of makes it awkward to put any kind of like pod air filter or anything on this without getting some weird kind of, you know, intake manifold that will kind of lift it all up out of the way or move it somewhere, I don't know. But I have immediately noticed if I wiggle that, if it focuses, there you are. If I move that there, that's a big nasty crack. So I think that might be why it doesn't want to start. So what I'm gonna do is, the spark plug's kind of tricky to get to, but I'm gonna somehow pull that out. Doesn't really look like that boot fits properly, so I'm not sure if it's working. And this has got two red wires on it. I haven't seen that before. It's all just a bit strange, but yeah, what I'm planning to do is take that out and see if it's got spark, and probably pull this off and see if I've got a replacement, and switch that round, and then see if we have any luck after that with it starting. Alright, so I ended up pulling off all the back plastics. They were all just getting right in the way. But the good news is they were really simple to come off actually. Like, the whole back shroud bit all comes off in one piece. That includes the brake light and the indicators. And the seat come out obviously in one piece as well. So that's good. I've now got access to all of this, as you can see. And I've taken out the spark plug. That's it there. I've already given it a bit of a clean. As you can see, that looks lovely and clean. But I don't know if I can show you. There we are. So that's resting against the metal there. Ignition's on. Focus is not on as usual. There we are. Nothing. So the plan is I'm going to try a couple different spark plugs I've got knocking around. If that don't work, we'll kind of go up the chain, have a look over there, and kind of see where it goes to next. Start tracing it up the way. I'm also going to check for things like kickstand, kill switch. I don't know if this has got one or not, so have a quick look at that and give you an update after that. Oh yeah, I also noticed, look at the state. Oh, there goes my light. Look at the state of that manifold. All around there is all corroded. That's just coming off. We don't need none of that. So I'm going to take this off. I've got a lovely Naraku racing spacer. I've got this bad boy, a standard one and a Naraku race one. And problem is though, they've all got one air nipple on it, whereas this has two, obviously for the EGR, all of this nonsense going on here. So what I was thinking is maybe pull all that off as well, because I think I've got a blanking plate sitting around. That's going to go on. I'll take all the EGR off to simplify things, and maybe put one of these on. But I'm going to think about that whilst I do the spark stuff. One step at a time, let's not get carried away. Right, so we're back again. For a start, just look how small the back of that is. Now I've taken the plastics off. It's absolutely dinky. It's brilliant. And all of that just, yeah, pops straight off, like I said. Anyway, what I did is I pulled the spark plug off, and there wasn't any spark to start with, but what I then did was, if I bring you around here, I took the CDI out, cleaned up all those connectors. I cleaned up this one. There's about 5 or so in there. Let's see if I can show you. Well, you can kind of see them. You'll just have to trust me. There's a few in there. I cleaned them up. There's some back here as well that I did as well. But, oh yeah, and I cleaned up the connections up here as well, because the other wire had those corroded ones. So I made sure that was all spick and span. And now, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to show you on camera or not, but we'll give it a go. Keep the old stand up. If I get in the way of the light. We now have a good strong spark. There we go. I also cleaned up the side switch, the side stand kill switch, because I think that might have been doing it as well. But now I've got that all cleaned up, it does have spark and it looks good and strong. So my attentions will turn to this, that nasty cracked up manifold. I reckon that's, if we focus in, there we are, I reckon that's going to be the culprit why it's not starting. Because it's going to tighten down nice, and you might not really, you know, looking at that, think it could completely kill a bike, but I've seen it happen before. So I'm going to look at swapping that for a nice racy one of some kind that I've got floating about. And I want to pull off all the EGR as well, but I don't have a blanking plate, I don't think. So that could be complicated. But we'll have a think and we'll get cracking on. So, here we go. I've been quite busy. What I've done is I've replaced the dodgy intake manifold. That's now a nice racing Naraku one. Underneath there I've put the racing spacer as well. It's a pretty tool, and it kind of gives you the distance that you need to mount this intake. So I've done that, and because it was the one nipple one, I have done a complete EGR delete, so all that gross looking stuff up here and all that busyness all down there is all gone. It's all nice and simple looking now, much easier to work with. I'll bring it around this side, and then down here, got to get my light over. There you go, that's my little blanking plate that I've just made out of a scrap piece of metal. And I chuck that on. So now hopefully Oh, bear with, there we go. Hopefully it will start up now. Got spark, got air, should be getting fuel. He said he cleaned out all the carb and that, so should be going fine. Got the garage open, we'll give it a go, so bear with. I'm going to pass the phone to my glamorous assistant. So here we go. Oh! Sorted. Well, that's made me a very happy bunny. Started up, nice and happy. It's ticking over really sweet. Can't complain at all there. This is it kind of finished off now. I gave this part of the frame a coat of paint. It's made it look a bit smarter. We got the intake on there, the spacers in, blanking plates in. I've got a gasket underneath that as well. And yeah, the EGR's all gone and we're all neat. So that's it. I mean, because it's got the MOT, I'm basically going to whack the back plastics back on and see if it rides, I reckon. And that'll be my next video, I'm pretty sure. I'm going to take it out for a bit of a ride, see how it goes for the next one. I don't know if I'm going to be able to film that, but we'll see. And down here, I'm going to crack into this and all. That'll probably be in the next one as well. I'll take it out for a spin first, then pull that apart, see what it looks like inside, see if it needs any work at all, just to make sure. So what I'm going to do now is put it all back together and then just give you maybe one last look at it once it's running. Actually, yeah, that's a good idea. I'm going to pull it out in the daylight tomorrow and we'll have a look at it. Yeah, all running and good to go. And there it is. She's a runner. Sounding pretty sweet as well. About to run out of petrol. That's good. Starts, I did just take it up and down here real quick just to see how it did ride. And there's something going on in the CVT that's making a whirring sound, so I'm going to pull that apart and have a look for the next one. Drop a like, share with anyone that might be interested. Do appreciate it. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.